Welcome everyone to Meal Prep with the DFAM. I am Steve Drake. I'm here with my daughter, Eleanor. She's right
Hi.
there. And Ellie right now is newly living in New Hampshire, and she is doing a very New England meal for us tonight. But before we jump into that and let her do her thing, I'm going to go through a couple financial things and then we'll start rolling. So the whole reason that we do meal prep with the DFAM is to come together, have some fun, obviously, but then also use cooking in a smart way and preparing meals to help us save some money. And what we've done as a family is gotten together. We do this weekly, but then we also have set up our own personal goals. So that's what I'm going to go through right now and give you an update on what our financial goals are. And we just report them as a percentage to goal. So Margot and I are at 5.53% to goal. And we actually have over 3 more years to reach our goal. So it's the next presidential election. So we're doing okay. Stevie is at 57% of his goal. Ellie is at 23.7% of her goal. And Teddy is 100% to her goal. She's done. So she right now is trying to figure out what's next. So with that, I'm super excited to do this. Ellie, why don't you just explain what we're going to do next, okay?
Yeah, so a big part of food is not only that it tastes good and you can make it with your family, that's what we love to do, but food also like represents cultures. And moving to New England, there is such a different food culture here. Lobster and seafood are so prominent everywhere. If we go to Portsmouth for a weekend, we always get lobster and oysters and just celebrate being by the sea, and it tastes so good because it's all so fresh. So I wanted to do something. I've never cooked lobster before. So I wanted to try it because another part of cooking is that you can try new things every single time. And if you mess up, it's okay. So with that, we're making some lobster. So I bought 4 chicks, they're called. They're the smallest lobsters from the seafood market today. And we're going to be making 4 separate recipes. So first one that I'm going to be making is Lobster Bisque. Second one is Lobster Artichoke Dip. And then we're going to go into Lobster Mac and Cheese, which is really, really yummy. And then the final one is going to be the classic New England Lobster Rolls. Those are very popular here. So, but before that, we got to apron up. I got a very special apron for today.
Look at you.
I know.
All stuff.
Apron up, and I have oysters as well. That's what I got at the seafood market. So I'm going to shuck an oyster on live camera.
Will you be able to show us? Oh, you can show us on the food cam.
Yeah, so
all right,
I'm going to move our friend to the side.
I'll switch these so we can look exactly at your hands, what you're doing.
Okay.
So I had a lobster roll in Boston in the airport going through there. And I was surprised to find out that lobster rolls are served cold. And I think what I found out was that there's a Connecticut version. This is a New England lobster roll. And there's a Connecticut version of a lobster roll that is served warm. And I don't even know what the difference in the recipe is, but this is so yummy. But I was surprised by that, but it was still really good and really rich. All right, I'm going to switch these views so you can show us how to shuck an oyster. Look at that. You already did it.
I know. So I did most of them because I needed to practice because I've also never shucked an oyster. And doing this, I got a bunch of special equipment. So I got where is it? Where's the camera? Okay, so I got an oyster shucking knife, and then gloves so you don't stab yourself, and also the lobster equipment. So I'm gonna move this to the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this down there, and all these have been not rinsed off but wiped off to get all the sand and dirt off of it.
Grit. Okay.
Yeah. So you want to grab it, and then you have the curved side. Oh my gosh, sorry. You have the curved side right here, and that's gonna be where you plate it. And then this is the flat side. So we're gonna go from the flat side, lift it on its curved side, go from the. Oh my gosh, I just watched the video. They called it the something point. The hinge. Yeah. So there's like a little hinge that you want to put the tip of the.
What's going on?
That was the
All
the
right.
champagne. It was ready to go. That was scary.
That just happens. You know what? Bottles of champagne always,
They
that just
pop. I
happens.
guess it's a little warm in here,
I
but
guess so.
that was gonna be for later. I was gonna do that right
Sheesh.
after, but it wanted to show of itself. So let me get my bearings back. Okay, go in the hinge, and then you wanna go deep in there, and then start pulling and turning and twisting, and then you should get
Twisting.
it. It's not,
Oh, look at that.
yeah.
Nice.
So
And
just keep twisting all the way around,
you didn't
and
shove a knife
then
in your hand or anything.
nope. So then you get this side, and you want to get all of that off the top,
Yep.
and then
There's an
there's a little
attachment
more.
point there.
There's a little more that you want to get off of the top of the
There's a little
shell.
attachment there. Good.
So you just want to peel all that stuff off so you don't eat it. Sorry. And then
Try to get pieces of the shell out of there.
yeah,
I
I'll get
love
better.
oysters.
I do
think you and
too.
I think you and I are the only two that really like oysters in the
Yeah, and
family.
I'm normally bad with weird consistencies, but oysters are just so good to me because you could put anything you want in them, and that's what I did here. So I made some mignonette sauce, I believe it's called. So this is some
Okay.
mignonette sauce. It's just red wine vinegar, rice wine. You're supposed to put shallots in it, but I did not get shallots.
Didn't do that yet. Okay,
Nope.
yummy.
And then this is just cocktail sauce with horseradish in it. And then, of course, you have your lemons,
Yep.
and you just put it all in there. I'll eat one on camera, actually. So this is what I did earlier.
I think I love just the stuff you put on.
I know.
That's
I
what
think
like
so,
about
too. I like adding everything to mine. So I'm gonna put some.
So when I was growing up, my parents loved oysters too, but they would take them out of the shell and put them on a saltine cracker and then eat it that way.
That's popular because they normally get served with all of this good stuff, and then you can get saltine crackers. So I love a lot of citrus in mine. And then I'll go to this camera. You just kind of scoop it and then slurp it.
Slurp it and it's down. And there has to be some. You better pour that champagne because there has to be some sort of a cocktail to go with that too.
Oh yeah.
At least growing up, that's
I was
my
rudely
world.
interrupted earlier. Champagne is very dramatic sometimes,
I
but
know.
a lot of times every
What
time
is-
I've gotten lobster, I get champagne with it.
I really have to send you some champagne flutes, don't I?
Maybe.
Or little champagne sherbet glasses. Nice.
Cheers. Let's get this show on the road.
Cheers. All right. Let's get this New England bash going.
Okay.
This is going to be wicked good.
Wicked good. That's another thing I've noticed. The culture here is so different. Very not Midwest, but I kind of like it. It's new, and we're learning so much every single day.
So Bubby, I was talking to her the other night about you being in New Hampshire, and she thinks it's so exciting that you're doing something different. Oh, there's Mom. I'm going to put her on in a second.
Okay.
But she said, because we lived in New Hampshire for like a summer, so a few months, and she really thought that New England folks are they don't really allow other people in. It takes a while for them to really trust you, and now that maybe that's just Ruthie, I don't know.
It honestly might be the older generation that's like that, because I've noticed like middle age to like older, they're a lot more standoffish, and you get like that Boston personality.
Okay, so older, I also feel like there's so much going on in technology and the finance industry that a lot of young people are moving out east. So it's kind of like you're blending. Think of where Jack's working, and there's a lot of people. Not all of them are from New England. They're from all over the place. So a lot of people are ending up in New England. So
yeah,
you just kind of got to put up with them. All right, I'm gonna add Mom to the mix.
Okay. And I'm going to start with the lobster. So I was terrified of boiling the lobster. Everybody that I told that I was making or cooking lobster, they said, rule number one, don't name them. And that was very difficult for me. I couldn't. Just got to be very detached. And they're kind of cute. So I've cooked 3 lobsters so far. And they come, when you cook them, they get bright red. And then they come this dark color. This poor guy who's been through a lot. He's seen all of his friends die.
You're not supposed to get connected to them. Look at that. Know. So he's still alive.
Yeah, barely. He's hanging on. He still has a couple of bubbles.
So you could see, because he's kind of pink, he's starting to expire. You got to redo your food cam because I think someone texted you or something, and when that happens, you get kicked off.
Oh, I'm on. Hi.
So you're on. Hi, Margot. So Ellie, also turn your thing on Do Not Disturb on your phone.
Okay.
So Ellie, you look so cute.
Thank you.
So far, Margot, we'll bring you up to speed. We've done the financial update, and we're kind of explaining everything and why we're doing the New England lobster. And
Perfect.
Ellie just showed us pro status, how to shuck an oyster and slurp it down and wash it down with some champagne. And
you already did that?
We already did that, and now we're getting into her first recipe. She's going into the how to execute a lobster.
All right, Dad, do you want to pull up?
Do you have champagne?
Yeah, I got it from Market Basket today. Nice. I was just explaining the difference. So this guy is barely live.
Let me switch that. Show that again. I'm gonna do this so we can see the difference in a cooked versus a semi-alive lobster. Oh, his tail's moving. Gross.
I know. I totally freaked. One of these, I was taking them out of the bag, and one of them decided to get all jittery, and it totally freaked me out. And I dropped it, and I felt bad. Okay. Anyway, so I have right over here. I have my big boiling pot. And inside, don't start making those noises.
Well, I will mute you, Margot.
Inside, we have a steamer.
Mute me.
We have a steamer. I just got a cheap steamer from Target. And then in the base, it's salt water. And then I put some lemon juice in it just because I like citrusy things.
Okay.
So I don't think this is boiling. I also just figured out my stove is not manual. I've been using it like it was manual for like you had to light it every single time. But it lights by itself, so that's exciting.
Good to learn things. So why would you steam a lobster versus boil a lobster? Or do you always steam it no matter what?
I don't know. So at the restaurant I used to work at in Ann Arbor, every year we had Lobster Fest. It was called Ashley's, and they always boiled the lobsters back there. It's probably quicker to boil it. They go by faster, but steaming, I think it's easier to control so you don't get really leathery lobster, because lobster is supposed to be super buttery and smooth when you eat it.
We lost your food cam again.
What?
Yeah, I think, did you turn it on Do Not Disturb?
Yes. Oh, it's just StreamYard wants to, okay, mute cam. Hopefully let's try this again. Sorry guys, it's my first food cam.
No, I need your food cam because it's fun to see the detail of what you're doing. All right, I'm gonna remove Margot there.
Okay, let's see.
Voila,
we back. Okay, so this water is boiling. I'm gonna put this poor guy in, and you just place him in, and if he's more alive, he'll fight. He's a fighter. And then you put the top on, and then I put the time on for 12 minutes.
Okay.
So you could cook it between 12 to 15, or I think it's 12 to 15 minutes, but I've just, since the 3 I've done, 12 minutes has worked well with me.
Where did you get that huge pot? That's massive.
Somebody left it at the house, my old house, before I left, so I.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right, now for the fun part. So this guy's already been cooled down, boiled, and we are going to demeat him. So
demeat, is that literally the word, demeat?
No, I watched so many YouTube videos before this, you guys, and I had like all the lingo down, and still I just forgot it. I get nervous on camera. Demeat. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the claws.
Okay.
So this is the knuckle. I remember that. So this is the knuckle.
So you just want to the body. All right. You twist it.
You just want to twist it.
Oh, easy. Okay.
It should be really easy if they're cooked properly. Twist it and leave those there. And then for the tail, you want to grab it like right in the middle.
Yep.
And then just twist it and pull it. And then you'll get some of the insides that come out, but I just rinse it off.
Is there any meat on the inside that is
Some people, so there's
Useful.
when you take it off, I would show you. There's like gill meat right here. You could eat that, but it's not. It's really not good. It's
Okay.
I think they said it's very tart or savory. It's just not like the claws or the
Not
tail
like the
type of
fluffy
meat.
white perfect
Yeah,
meat. Okay, and that's what these
exactly.
recipes need is this really good.
Fluffy. Yeah.
You picked really, really good recipes. One,
Yeah.
because so everyone's got these recipes in their inbox right now. And if you don't, good segue,
Let's segue.
text family to 616-344-4401. You can take a screenshot of this or a picture with your phone, and we'll you'll get the email automatically. Or you can go to www.dfam.life and give us your email address, and we will send you these recipes immediately. But all these recipes are sitting in most everyone's inbox.
Okay. So we're at the tail now, and I grab this little joint here and just twist it off, so you get like the base of the tail, and then I cut it and then pull it all out. Ooh,
that is like pure gold.
Yeah, and then you have to what are these called?
Is there like a tendon through there or something?
There's the little thing. So you have to peel
devein it.
Devein
it's a nice way of saying
just
take out the poop chute. Okay.
So that's what you gotta do with that. So I've never done this before today. They normally do it at restaurants for you, I think. Or I just kind of go out and eat it and I forget that you have to do that. Okay. So it's deveined.
Hi, I can't hear you, but I can see you.
Hi. It's all deveined. And this is
your food cam is top notch.
This is the top. And then we're gonna go to the claws. I'll just do one claw. You wanna grab this joint. There's always two bigger claw or one bigger claw. I think this is for squishing. That's what I watched in the YouTube video. And you want to take this, twist it, and then pull out this cartilage. And then there's gonna be water inside, so you want to dump out the water.
Oh, I lost your food cam again.
What the heck? I don't know why it keeps doing that.
We need it. It's important.
I know. It says I'm in. Wow.
Just fix it, and then we'll keep rolling. Everyone needs to see the detail of what you're doing, because I'm going to use this to do the same thing here. Wonder why it's doing that.
No.
Okay, food camp's back.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties always happen.
No kidding. All right, so this is
okay. We're back. So and then this is the good meat that you want right here.
Oh yeah. So do you have to use your little?
Yeah, so that's what I want to do.
Okay.
So these are like nut crushers, so they're specifically for lobster apparently. And you want to go with the claw and like crush it like ever so slightly, just so you don't want to break the meat.
Right.
So you just crush it a little bit. I normally
Ellie, you're doing so good.
Crush here, and then pull it apart. And then it should, if it's cooked well enough, come out.
Oh, you got to push it a little bit? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
This one's not.
This is why in the restaurant when you order lobster and they say, would you like us to demeat it? You say, yes, absolutely.
Yes, please. And then there it is. There's the claw.
All connected and everything.
Ellie, you guys are going to have such a nice dinner tonight.
I know. You guys are going to eat like kings.
Are Jack's parents coming this week, or is that next week?
No, it's next weekend. And then, oh my gosh. And then for this, I got this. This came in a kit, so I got a bunch of different.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's how you get. I was going to ask, how do you get the rest of the?
Just kind of push
the rest of the arm out.
If I was in a restaurant, I'd probably be like a glass of champagne deep and just go at it with my fingers. I
know. I've actually seen you do that, so you're right.
Jack took me to this really nice restaurant for a date, and I ended up getting a lobster, and I just demolished it. It was so romantic for the first hour, and then once the lobster came, it is kind of hard to keep your composure. And as much as lobster seems sexy, it's not.
It's not. You look like a raccoon eating a crawfish. It's just all over your hand, all over your face and hands, but it's so good, and you're dipping it in butter and whatever else.
Yep. So there it is. And then you can also, I like to eat the legs. You just take one out. I'll just do one. Take one out. I'm using a glass, but you can also use a rolling pin. And then you squish it up.
So it's like crushing the outside.
Yeah,
I know that
squeeze
that's
it all
a little
out.
softer. Nice.
Yep. So you can do that with all the crab legs, and
That's what you do when you're at a restaurant and you're like talking and having a cocktail. And
but this is all the meat that we have so far,
right.
And this is 1.5 lobster.
Okay,
so
and is that enough for your recipes or no?
Yeah, it'll be fine because I'm making smaller amounts because Jack does not like seafood.
Oh, all
He's
right.
afraid of it. So I'm making smaller amounts than the yield.
All right. So everyone at home, when you're making your recipe, we lost your food cam again.
Gosh,
that is so annoying.
Well, we probably won't need it for a little bit just because I'm going to be cooking the recipes now.
All right. So if you get to something where we need to see you do something, we'll bring it back.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Everyone at home, go off of the quantities in the recipes that are in your inbox. As opposed to what Ellie's doing. And I can actually read off some of the instructions and ingredients to help you as we go, okay?
Yep. All right, so we're going to start with the lobster bisque because that has to simmer for a little bit. So this one is really interesting. I've never made a bisque before, but sorry, my hands are all wet. I'm trying to pull up the
it's like lobster soup.
Basically.
But it's
bisque. So right now I have cut the basics for it. Just onions, garlic, celery, and carrots are in there right now. And then
with a little oil.
With a little oil, and then I'm gonna put 2 cups of water in it. All right, getting some water. And I also got new pots recently, and they're really, really good. Feel so fancy with some pots. You said
something interesting was that they were cooking fast.
Yeah, they cook fast and even because they're nonstick.
I think it's interesting that with new pots and new stoves and things, you always have to learn how they cook.
Exactly, and this is also. Sorry, go ahead.
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna put some oil, and then I'm gonna turn this on. And also, I haven't had a gas stove in the past couple of my houses.
Oh, I love gas stoves.
Yeah, it cooks really nicely. Kitchen's a little bit of a mess right now. All right, so we're gonna let that simmer.
Okay.
And our lobster's almost done, so I can pull it out in 3 minutes. So we're gonna let that simmer for a little bit. Oh, I need tomato. I forgot that.
So I'm gonna tell everyone of the recipes that you made. You and I agreed that the lobster mac and cheese, it just has to bake and cook. So we cooked that ahead of time.
Yeah.
So Ellie will be able to show you the finished product, but just follow the instructions. It's super easy. But it does take the longest time to make. The others are so quick. I mean, the longest lead time thing is cooking the lobster, and you can see that Ellie's doing it right in front of us, and it takes 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, so while this is simmering and getting ready
are you gonna jump to a different recipe?
Yeah, I'm gonna start on the artichoke dip.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
This one sounds so. Oh, all these recipes sound so rich and good.
I know. I definitely won't be able to finish all these tonight. All right, lobster artichoke dab. So this is just your basic. All of these are like your basic recipes, besides the lobster bisque, I should say. The mac and cheese, the mac and cheese and the artichoke dip, are just your basic recipes plus
lobster.
Plus lobster. Okay, I'm running out of. All right, well that's my lobster's done.
I hope.
So
it's not screaming at you, is it?
It's not. It's pink. It's quieted down. All right. I have to wear a glove because it's super steamy in there.
Yeah.
So you want to take the lobster out. And I watched one of my YouTube videos. They said if the antenna pulls out quick, then the lobster's done. Or pulls out easily, then the lobster's done. So that pulled out.
There you go.
Easily. Just going to grab it. Here he is. And then you dunk it in ice water so it stops cooking.
Okay. That's a good tip right there. Otherwise, it'll keep cooking, right?
Yep. So, and they're also, this was new to me, there's also going to be a bunch of fat everywhere from the lobster. So don't be afraid if there's some like white rubbery substance where your lobster comes off of in the steamer. All right, so we're done steaming the lobsters. It wasn't too hard. It sounds intimidating, but it's not that bad.
So how many did you actually cook? 3 so far?
No, I cooked them all.
Oh, you did cook them all. So you cooked 4. Okay. So that 4th one, you're not going to take it apart right now, are you?
No.
Okay, that's for later.
I'm trying to find a pot. I've used all of my cooking bowls. So I guess I'm just going to use a pot. All right, so for the artichoke dip, we want 8 ounces of cream cheese.
That's a good way to start any recipe.
Anything that starts with cream cheese, you know is going to be good. You also know you're going to need a nap after.
Yeah.
So we're going to take this, open it.
So this gets like, does it get baked and it's all bubbly and hot? That kind of artichoke dip?
Yep. It's going to be so good. I wish Jack liked lobster. Maybe he likes it. Maybe I won't tell him that there's lobster in it.
I think he'll know. Make sure he's not allergic or something.
He outgrew his allergy. He just doesn't like the texture, I guess.
And I understand that. And seafood in general, some people are like, I'm not too into seafood.
Yeah.
We were not, when we raised you guys, we didn't eat a lot of fish in the house at all.
Never. You guys just started doing fish because it was healthy.
And Mom and I started eating salmon fillets like 2 years ago, and we don't love it, but it's good for you. Once in a while, it's really good.
Mayo. A cup of mayo. We're also going to be using mayo in another recipe, the Lobster Rolls, which are going to be so good. Okay, mayo. Artichoke hearts quartered. And slice. All right.
So this is there's nothing special about technique or anything. It's just put it in a bowl and mix it up, right?
Yeah, except we want to dump the liquid out of the artichoke hearts.
Okay. And are they already like quartered?
They're quartered, but I'm gonna cut them in half just with scissors, and I pull them out. It's easy. I love spinach artichoke dip. It was when the old restaurant I worked at, they had such good spinach artichoke dip, and I would eat that for meals. Probably wasn't healthy.
Artichokes are so good. Mom just had a pizza last night, and we had artichoke on it, and it was so good.
Yeah, so good. Also, another pro tip, don't go to the seafood market after you have a party. It's not the best smelling thing in the world.
So was this market right on the water?
No. This was in Salem, New Hampshire. It was about 30 minutes away.
Yep.
And it was the closest one, but they get their deliveries every day. So they have their lobster farm, their oyster and lobster farm that are on the coast.
Okay.
But they just ship them into this.
Drive it inland a little. Okay.
Yeah, and there's just like you walk in and there's pools and pools of lobster, and then there's the oysters, and they have all the other good fish. They have swordfish, I think they sell, which is swordfish is so good.
Oh yeah.
I'm not prepared to make that though. It's a kind of a oh my gosh. All right, so we got those done.
So did you just cut those with the scissors? You just took them out and cut them with scissors? All right.
Yeah, I just chopped them in half.
Good.
Parm.
course,
so I got
artichoke
Italian.
dip, you need parm.
A lot of cheese, a lot of dairy in there. So actually, my mom makes a really good vegan artichoke dip, which is so yummy.
It's very good. It's just got some different ingredients, but when it's all done, it's tasty.
So good. So I didn't get both Parmesan and Romano cheese. I got Italian style. So there is all of that in this type.
It's all in there? Okay.
It's all in there. So 3/4 of a cup, 1/4 of a cup. So a cup of this cheese. And I'm saving a little, okay, that's a lot. Saving a little bit for the top of the actual dish once we're done with it. And then now for the good part, you get a lobster. And I use scissors a lot in the kitchen, so I'm just like chopping it into little, just slicing it so they're edible. Like basically the size of the artichokes. That's how big it is. That's a good way to explain it. I love the lobster claws. They're so good. And lobster's just so buttery.
So how long does it take in the oven to cook this dip?
350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. You want it to be like sizzling. So we'll put that in, and then we will check on the, shoot, I should probably put it there. Check on the bisque, see how that's going. And maybe move on to I'll show you the mac and cheese, and then we'll do the lobster rolls.
All right. And
so
then then the dip will be done, right?
Yes, it should be. So I put a cup of lobster meat.
Mm-hmm. Like chopped, kind of chunky, right?
Yeah. Yeah, chunky.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put some paprika. Just had it. There it is. Smoked paprika in it, so you get that smokiness. Just sprinkle that on top. And then I'm gonna mix it. It's gonna be so good. Just with a wooden spoon. I use the same spoon for everything. I'm pretty sure I stole it from my family's house.
One wooden spoon.
I have one wooden spoon, and then like one ladle, one whisk, one spatula. Everything a girl needs. Just one.
So that was a half a teaspoon of
paprika. Yep, smoked paprika.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, I want to like eat it, but a spoonful. It looks so good. And the smoked paprika adds like a little pink to it, so it's nice pink color. Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
You wouldn't make it in a commercial kitchen.
I would not. Oh my gosh, that is so good.
Awesome.
I don't know what to do with myself. It's really good.
Can you take a spoonful and get it close to the camera? So I want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna plate it. I put salt and pepper in it.
So you put it in a little pan or a little crock or something, and then it goes in the oven.
Yep. And then you have to cover it. No, we don't have to cover it. Okay. Salt and pepper. Mix again. Let's see what pans I have actually. I'm not quite sure about that.
Do you have like a bowl or a serving dish that is oven safe?
No.
No.
We'll use my cake pan. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I would normally eat this with like pita chips or tortilla chips or with a spoon, you know. Any of that good stuff.
You needed this last night for your little get together.
Oh yeah. We hosted our first party, and it was a total of 4 people, including 2 of us. So it's pretty rowdy.
Hey, it's a party.
It is, and they love my books. I lugged over probably 200 pounds worth of books, and both my dad and Jack were furious that they had to carry the heavy boxes.
No, I'm happy.
All right.
Oh my gosh, it made so much.
I know. It's so good. So I'm gonna put a little paprika in it, and then pop it in the oven.
In the oven.
Why do I keep losing my paprika?
So 3. I keep pulling up the recipe. 350
Yep,
for how many minutes? 20 to 25 minutes. Okay.
All right, it's in. Set the timer. What timer are we at right now? 35. All right, I'll try to quicken this up. All right.
So now you want to go to back to the bisque, or do you want to go to the lobster roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself. I have to clean off my wooden spoon.
I bet you some people don't even know what a lobster roll is. I just thought about that, because if you're not from New England, or if you haven't had them before, it's like a lobster salad sandwich, and it's served on a really good, like,
the New England style buns.
Yep, split top, really soft bun that gets toasted a little bit, and it's very, like, if you go out east or to Boston, you got to try the local lobster roll recipe, and it's just a very New England thing.
It is. I didn't know it was a thing until, Dad, I think you ordered it in Key Largo at a restaurant. I was like, what the heck?
No, no, Bubby ordered it because she told me about that. One time we went out to the same restaurant she took you guys to, and she was like, oh, you have to get the lobster roll. I didn't feel like it, so I was like, no, I don't want the lobster roll. It's got something different.
But they're good. I have to quickly deshell the lobster because I'm running out of meat.
Very rich. You're literally eating huge chunks of lobster.
Yep. Lobster and mayo.
So we are jumping to that right now. Okay. Oops. I have to redo I have lobster. I forgot my B.
Oh, at least it wasn't an H.
I know.
That was just your mistake.
I know. So from my computer, I'm having issues with my H on my keyboard. It doesn't type. I have to bang it. And when you're typing along, it's not like you think of one letter and hit it harder than the others. So I have to go back and spell check everything I write and add H's throughout the whole document. Whatever. Modern problems.
First world probs.
First world probs.
All right. Sorry, guys. I thought I was going to have enough lobster.
So are you doing the whole lobster right now?
No, I'm just going to do I just did the tail, and I'm going to do the claw quickly, the quickest parts.
So you take it, and then you're just going to, again, like, chop it into big chunks?
Yep.
Okay. And this is it's like a chicken salad kind of thing, but it is with lobster meat. So it's a lot of the same ingredients with mayo. Here, I'll read off the recipe ingredient, and people would be like, oh my gosh, I make that, but I don't use lobster. So you use in Ellie's recipe, and this makes like 4 or 5 or maybe 6, depending on how big you make them, sandwiches, lobster rolls. So 1 pound of lobster meat cut into 1-inch pieces, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and that can be salt to taste also, 1/8 of a teaspoon black pepper, 1/2 cup of finely chopped celery, and 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. And then you use, the buns, the New England style split top buns. And you need butter because you're going to toast those buns. Yep. And then a tablespoon of diced chives, and then lemon wedges. That's the other thing. So you garnish it with the chives, and then you serve it with a lemon wedge, and you just squeeze the lemon juice all over it and pour a glass of beer and have your sandwich. So if you look at that recipe, mayonnaise, celery, salt and pepper, lemon juice, it sounds like a lot of other like salad sandwiches. Chicken salad, what else?
Like shrimp tuna salad.
Yeah, because Bubby has a recipe for shrimp and a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. All right, right now I'm just chopping all the chunks. Lobster meat chunks.
You're chunking it. Look at you in your kitchen shears.
They're definitely not kitchen shears, but they'll do.
Well, if
they've been washed.
And you're cutting food with it.
All right, I'm not, like I said, I'm not making the entire yield like you're supposed to make, because I am the only person that likes lobster in this house.
So are you just making enough for like maybe 2 or something like that?
Two, okay. Yeah.
And do you think this will stay in the fridge for a few days?
Probably. I mean, normally like chicken salad stays for a while.
Yeah.
Not very knowledgeable about the lifespan of cooked lobster.
I think it would. I think it would.
I think it will too.
At least a few days, still be good.
Yeah. Yep.
The good thing is when you make the roll warm. That's the only warm thing, is the roll is warm, and then you put the like room temperature.
It's just like a cold salad, like you get it at a deli.
Yep.
It's good. All right. Also I did mention that if you don't have to make these recipes. If you want to eat lobster with just butter and lemon, do that, because that's just as good. That's so good.
We could have cut through a lot of detail and just say, "Hey, watch me
eat a lobster,
like 4 lobster." Hey, you could have been like one of those Instagram people that you just sit there and people watch you, get like a microphone super close to you, and just eat. You're like a little female that eats 4 lobster, and a bunch of creepy people just watch you eat a ton of food. That's a thing.
That is a thing. Okay, so I just put lemon juice in it. We are going to put salt and pepper. I'm actually going to realize this today, but I'm running out of my salt. It's so rare. So we have enough. Don't worry, guys. All right, so salt and pepper, chopped celery. We're trying it. Jack and I, since we've been here, we try to do like different things every weekend or every week, just to kind of get used to the area. And so recently we went hiking. A lot of, like what I was saying earlier, like the young people aren't as standoffish. It's mostly the older people, because young people, it's like you have the Mass area, which is pretty progressive area. So there's a lot of outdoor activities that they do, and they always invite you to go like rock climbing, bouldering, hiking, with kayaking. It's really cool. And
I figured when you moved out there that you kind of would have to get involved in some outdoor activities.
Yeah, I think
it's cool because you drove like a half hour away, and you were showing me pictures of your hike that were beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. I'm sorry, what's Jack gonna get?
Jack's getting a ski pass. So there's
cool.
I think it's for like Mount Washington, and then the Montreal. What's that? Mount Blanc.
I think Mont Tremblant.
Tremblant, yeah. So he's getting a ski pass for that, and it's like all over New England area. So him and his coworkers, his buddies, can go snowboarding, and it's also like
too,
I know, but it's not. I resort snowboard. I don't actually backcountry snowboard. Like they will go and carry their snowboard up the hill for hours just to like have a 15-minute run.
I think that's
good for
cool.
them. It is cool, but I've never done that before, and I also don't have. It's not in the budget this year. Maybe next year.
Are you interested in that or no?
A little bit.
I like your resort.
Oh my gosh!
What'd you forget?
No, it's done. It's done.
Let me see.
1 second. So this is a salad. That's just
looks good.
I put extra lemon juice in it. I love lemon juice. So this is a salad.
Looks good.
And then we're gonna grab our buns. I've already toasted the buns.
Okay.
And these like you will not see regular hot dogs in New England at all. You hot dog buns. You get the
They're
sliced.
all like that.
They're all like that. So if you want a hot dog, they'll be in this kind of bun. That was shocking. And I would have to
like search everywhere for those here in Grand Rapids.
I know. Yeah. And the shelves are stocked full of this. So you just want to fill up your bun with all this good stuff. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I'm going to definitely eat this when I'm done.
So before we're done, we need to get the food cam cooking again, and you got to show like close-ups of all these yummies.
Yeah, I will. All these yummies.
So we've got lobster artichoke dip in the oven. We've got your lobster roll done. This is going to look so good. I know it. We've got to finish your lobster bisque.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, 1 second. It's always served with lemon wedges, and let me get my chives.
Ellie and I were talking before this, and she got mad that she had to buy chives because we had chives growing when she was growing up. It was like a weed. It was just
Like
all over the
invading
place.
our garden.
We had a garden, and we hated chives because they grew in any soil. You didn't have to water them. And Margot would ask the kids to go out with some scissors and cut chives for things. So now she's pissed.
I think one summer we had so many that we
them.
ended up selling like huge things, like things this big of chives.
Yep. We gave a ton away. We're just really here. There were a few groups of friends that we had that would come over and we'd be like, yeah, go get whatever you want.
Please take them.
Please
that
take
and
them.
that and mint.
Yep.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I can find this the side of the road in colonies.
I'm dying to see what you got.
I know. Here we go. I'll make it pretty in a second, but
oh my gosh, it looks awesome. So you made 2 of them. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got lobster rolls. How far are we?
Good
45
job.
minutes? Oh my gosh, there's so much food. We're gonna go back to the lobster bisque. That looks soft enough. Are you kidding me? All right, need some more water.
That sounds like it cooks down kind of a lot.
Kind of a lot, as some say. Okay, lobster bisque.
All right, I'm gonna bring up the lobster bisque recipe.
Garlic, tomato, 1 cup of brandy. I actually have brandy. I got it for my birthday, and I'm not a big brandy gal.
Ugh, thank
so,
goodness.
And they said when I was researching, oh my gosh, it's gonna make me gag. When I was researching lobster bisque and like how to make it traditional way, you use brandy and sherry.
Sherry, yeah.
And
sherry
boil
goes in a lot of soups.
Yeah.
And in some restaurants, when you go, they might add the sherry like at the table. So they'll give you a little cup and they'll add it to it. And it adds just a little.
That'll burn your eyes.
Not all cooked off. It has a good taste.
Yep. So then I'll just put the rest in.
There, that's done.
There.
Huge. Never have to buy that again, right?
Yeah, I actually started sipping on brandy recently because we had it. I try to sip, and it's like bad wine.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay, champagne break. All right, back to work.
All right, now we need my lobster meat. So we're gonna put this in. I'm gonna chop it a little bit. Put it in, and you also put. Are we putting the lobster shells in it too?
No, we're not doing any of that.
Okay, so in some of the other research, they put lobster shells while making the base, but we are not.
We're starting the recipe from cooked. We've got cooked lobster meat.
Yeah, so we're doing that. All that good stuff in there. And I think I've never had actually lobster bisque before. I was gonna buy it at the seafood place, but I definitely just wanted to get out of there as fast as possible.
You are not a New Englander yet.
Yet. I'm working on it. It's a little darker than I'd like because I did burn it, but it'll be fine. And then
it all gets strained, right? Through a strainer.
Yep. Okay. And then we're gonna add tomato paste.
Wait, you didn't put the lobster in yet, did you?
Yeah, am I not supposed to?
No, because you got to strain it. So you're just gonna strain out the lobster. You put the lobster in after you strain it.
Oh well. Shoot! It's okay. It's okay, guys. I have another idea. I think I'm gonna blend it. I think I'm gonna blend it instead.
Oh, all right. That would be a recovery. You can do that. So if you're doing it to the recipe will tell you to cook all this and then strain the soup to get the big chunks of celery and onion and everything out. And then you add some heavy cream and the lobster and a couple other ingredients after you do that. But what Ellie's going to do is cook this, throw it in a blender and put it back in. That's totally fine too. That's actually
that was my mistake.
How a lot of soups are made. And in the kitchen, what does Mom say? She says, baking is science, cooking is an art. So this is where we pivot and keep rolling.
I keep that saying real close to me because every time I cook, I don't like using recipes. I kind of just do it by smell because I've been cooking for so long.
Yeah, but you're trying to help people learn how to make a recipe.
I know, so I need to get rid of that habit because Jack gets absolutely frustrated with me because I'm like, no, add thyme or add basil. He's like,
do this and that.
You can't. I'm like, no, you can. I promise.
You can.
Okay.
Until you come to like making cookies or something, and then
yeah,
it's like
then that's all like science.
Do not vary at all. I finally have the cookies that I make for Mom. I've got them totally like as tight as a drum. I know exactly how to make them perfect.
Good.
I know.
Now we have Clamato juice.
Clamato.
Clamato. Every time I hear Clamato, it reminds me of a Will and Grace episode for some reason. They were babysitting that rich guy's kids on Halloween, and they're like the New York. They don't like kids that much. The kid asked for like juice. She said, "You have Clamato juice."
And you didn't know what it was. You just thought it was funny. Is that a real thing? Clam and tomato juice? Gross.
Oh, Grace, add it again.
I know there are some pretty good Bloody Marys with Clamato juice in them.
Oh, what are those called? Those aren't Bloody Marys. Those are something from Canada. They're called something different.
Oh, that's right.
Or they're called like Caesars.
Caesars. Is that? No, it might be something else. No, I think you're right.
Whipping cream.
So how far is it from Manchester to Montreal?
I think it's about 3 or 4 hours.
That is so cool.
I know, we're excited to go there. I love Montreal. Actually, it's one of my favorite cities. It's so quiet. Canadian cities.
You're driving 4 hours and you're getting a pretty international city.
Yeah, I know you are.
French speaking and all.
French. Half a cup of that. Oh my gosh. All right. Do you guys have anything planned for this weekend?
No.
Nope.
I don't think. Yes, we're going to go visit Grandma tomorrow.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, it smells actually really good. Cornstarch. Okay. This looks good.
Do you still have some lobster left over?
No, all lobster's gone.
I'm trying to think how you.
Well, I have one more.
Some of this because you want some chunks of lobster in it. No, don't do a claw. Maybe you should just take a few pieces out because they're going to get blended into liquid.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. I like my soup smooth.
All right.
All right, we're gonna let that simmer and then let that go there. Holy cow! I've made a mess of my kitchen.
Holy cow!
Is there garlic in this recipe?
No.
Oh, I already put it in. Yes, there is.
There is?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
What was the Worcestershire sauce for?
You're out east. They put it in everything.
That's true. They actually, the city Worcester in Massachusetts is pronounced Worcester. And I was always like, Worcester. We're going to Worcester. And they're like, no.
Worcestershire.
No, you're not.
Tomato. This soup has a lot of stuff in it.
All right. Cool. Oh, I almost forgot. So we already made the lobster mac and cheese. And that.
Oh my gosh, you made it in a bread pan.
I'm working with what I got here.
That looks so good.
It's really yummy. Good. Maybe Jack will eat that. It doesn't smell too lobstery.
It's literally mac and cheese. Does he like mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll like it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna clean up, grab my blender. How far? 54 minutes. All right, I think we're gonna get done in time. Grab my blender. Oh my gosh. I have champagne everywhere. I got lobster juice everywhere.
I know. I just want to warn everyone, when you blend something that's super hot in a blender, be really careful.
Why?
Because the steam builds up and it can blow the top off.
Good point. I knew that.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. All right, so we're gonna turn the heat. We already turned the heat off. Look at me. Okay. And for this, I'm using my real blender, not my ISA blender.
Oh yeah, nice.
Please be off.
All right, I'll mute you when you tell me when you're gonna blend.
I'll mute myself.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not gonna do it yet. I have to. How am I gonna?
So are all
this?
the ingredients in there?
Yep.
Is it you got to do it in chunks, right?
Yeah.
Hot.
Smells pretty good. Okay. So please don't blow up.
Do it. Start it low. All right. I'm so glad that we're watching this and we're not seeing a kitchen disaster. It's going fine. This would have been, it'd be make for good TV entertainment.
We've already had enough explosions today. I don't want another one.
No, well, that was just a little pop from champagne. That's nothing. So this is actually a very good pivot Ellie's doing here. You roll with it.
You roll with it, exactly.
And it'll still be really good.
Yeah, it smells really, really good.
That's good. So you're gonna pour it in there, and then are you gonna transfer it back to the big pot when you do your second batch?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You guys, this was so fun. I've always wanted to make lobster.
I know the second you moved to New England, to New Hampshire, you said, "Oh my gosh, I want to do a meal prep with New England lobster."
And it's happening finally.
You just needed a kitchen.
All right, our artichoke dip is done.
Oh, sweet! Everything's like coming together here.
Real fast.
You could just use that. Just use that. What you just put in the bowl as like to show us, because you don't have to add any more ingredients to the bisque, do you?
No, I do not.
Oh, cool. Ooh, how's it look?
Looks so good. It's all bubbly and delicious. Clear.
Bubbly and delicious and like heart cloggy.
Really heart cloggy, very nappy looking.
Yes.
If you want to have a nap after. I need one of those like
I know. It's called an immersion blender, just so you know. I understand what you're saying though.
Yes, that. Okay. One more blend.
Okay, phew. That first blend is the one that always makes me nervous. Looks good. Looks good. So we are quickly coming to the end of this, and we'll have Ellie turn her food cam back on, and we will see the 4 recipes that she's made. Lobster recipes. They all look great. I'm proud of her for trying something totally new. And it's like 4 things you can make with one main ingredient. Isn't that that's like an Iron Chef thing, isn't it?
I think so.
The ingredient is lobster.
Lobster. All right. Yay, everything's all done and we're in time. All right, let me turn on the food cam quickly.
Okay.
Sorry. Allow. Try again. Oh my gosh, my house gets so hot every time I
cook.
Cook. Mute, start cam.
All right, food cam, let's roll.
All right. It's, oh wait, almost done.
Oop, we got a. All right, there. You got to turn it sideways if you can. Will that work? Oh, there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, let me clear this up. We'll go through all of the recipes. So recipe 1, Dad, you say them.
Okay, the first one. Let's show the lobster artichoke dip.
Okay. Lobster artichoke dip.
And this is something I agree. I would do it with like pita chips or bagel chips would be really good.
Bagel chips would be good.
Tortilla chips are awesome too. So this is, ta-da! Oh my gosh, that looks
so good.
Stinking good. Can you like
I know,
move a spoonful? Oh my
it's like
oh my gosh, that looks so good.
The smell is just, it just smells like
you guys just need to like go in your living room and just like nibble this stuff.
I know.
It's a good end of day Friday thing. All right. Let's see your lobster roll now.
Lobster rolls. We have our lobster rolls.
Ta-da. Very good. Oh, those are beautiful.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh, they look so good. And you toasted the buns perfectly.
Yes, and you put some lemon juice on it, and you have it with Cape Cod potato chips, nice thick kettle chips.
That's right. That was part of the recipe too. It was potato chips. So that's the traditional way to do it. All right, lobster bisque.
Okay, this isn't a big bowl. It's very, very ugly, but I'll make it pretty.
What's ugly about it?
It's just the sides are all gross.
Does it smell good?
It smells so good. It smells like it just smells really rich, and you can smell like the heavy whipping cream, and
that looks so good.
Super hot. So that'll be really yummy.
All right.
To have.
And then what's our last thing? Oh, the mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
See, the mac and cheese is going to be everyone's favorite. I love the lobster claw on that.
Yep. This is so good. This is like exactly like Ruth's Chris, their mac and cheese. If you've ever been there and gotten lobster mac and cheese, it tastes so similar. I used like an entire hunk of Gouda cheese when I made it because I really like Gouda. So if your family has a mac and cheese recipe that they all love, then you can use that and then just add your lobster to it. Lobster and chive. That's delicious.
Oh, that's awesome. Ellie, you did such a good job. Congrats.
Thank you. I did it. I was so excited. I had a full morning. Full morning of getting all of the ingredients, and it turned out really good. I'm so proud of myself.
Well, I'm proud of you being in New Hampshire and trying to adopt fun food, and you're hiking and, you know, having good adventures. So it's fun. I'm proud of you, both of you. Yeah.
That's a part of it. When you move somewhere, you got to try to assimilate.
I know you do. Well, that's a wrap. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Ellie, make these amazing lobster recipes. Try them yourself. The recipes are in your inbox. And if they're not, the info is on the screen right now for how you can get those recipes. And every week we send out an email with new recipes, and we follow that up with actually doing these videos to show people how to make what we made. And you're always going to learn something new about us and about the food and about what's going on. So it's awfully fun.
And we also learn something new every week too when we're cooking.
I know. I've learned so much about cooking since we've been doing this. Anyway, we will sign off. So thank you all for joining us. And Ellie, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. It was so fun.
Peace. See everyone later.
Bye.